All right, guys, what is going on? This is the Club of the Man, 1993, coming at you for a live review of SmackDown Live from the July 3rd, 2018 edition of SmackDown Live, and it was also kind of treated like the Independence Day edition of SmackDown Live. Raw didn't really do that. I don't know if, maybe the ending with, Owens getting all that blue stuffed up. I thought it was supposed to be patriotic or whatnot. Probably not. But we're not going to talk about Raw is porta potty. We're going to talk about this episode of SmackDown Live from the blue brand, the true blue brand, not the blue on Kevin Owens after the porta potty. Again, I said I'm not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about Raw is porta potty. We're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about this episode of SmackDown Live because I actually thought this was a really fun episode of SmackDown Live. I enjoyed it. I was laughing. I was having a good time. I was getting a kick out of what was going on. A couple little things that was like mad to me, I felt, in my opinion. But honestly, this show, last night I was just like, ugh. Although, let me put it this way. Last night's episode for Raw did not kill my excitement for Extreme Rules, though, because I do think Extreme Rules is still shaping up to be a pretty good pay-per-view. And I think, if they allow these matches to deliver, I could be getting my money's worth going to this show in less than 2 weeks, about a week and a half now, I'd say. But overall, I thought SmackDown Live was a really fun show to watch tonight. Again, it wasn't a perfect show, but it was a really good show, I thought. And I'll, of course, be giving you my grade towards the end of this review as well. Live chat. Let's see what we got here. We got Dakota in the live chat. The best match was the Jeff Hardy versus The Miz for the U.S. title. I almost gave the show an A. I gave it a B+, like an 89%. So really close. It was hard. What stopped me from giving it an A- was the count out between Asuka and James Ellsworth. Also, the patriotic face paint, though, was pretty awesome. Yes, it was. Also, Mike Roman is the heel in the feud with Bobby Lashley. What they are doing is they are going to have Roman lose Extreme Rules, and he is going to turn because he is constantly losing now. He is slowly turning heel. I mean, again, it's nothing against you, Dakota. Again, just, I don't trust the WWE because this build is reminding me of a lot from the match with Roman and Cena. And I thought this would be a key opportunity because I just saw Roman's character going in a completely different direction. And then he beats Cena after Cena hit like 4 AAs on him. And then Roman hits him with 1 spear, and that's what's going to give him the win. And then he the whole thing, oh, I respect you crap and whatnot. Like that's, again, I don't want that to happen between Roman and Lashley, but it's what I'm fearing could happen. I mean, I know the match is still going to be awesome, but again, it's nothing against you, man. It's just, I got to see it for my own eyes to happen. Like, I don't trust the WWE to say, hey, we're going to turn Roman heel, and then they just end up just doing the same exact crap that they've been doing. But, we'll see what happens. But, thank you for definitely giving me that insight also. What they are doing, or that also, don't you agree the Nakamura versus Hardy match would be a better for Extreme Rules than Bliss versus Nia, since Jeff knows how to get extreme? Yeah, exactly. But, I don't know why that's that. Let's see here. Where are we at now? Versus Extreme Rules. Next year, 4th of July will be on Monday Night Raw. Oh, wow. Why is Raw getting all the special matches? Heck, even Lashley versus Reigns could be an Extreme Rules match over Bliss and Nia. Exactly. And they put Roman on Raw, so much sweet to get him booed. I mean, hopefully that is the case. I mean, again, if they're going to turn him heel, cool. But again, I need to see it for my own eyes to believe it. Again, it's nothing against you. It's just, at this point, I'm not going to believe it until I see it actually happen. I don't like being trolled with by how the WWE tends to troll us with his booking. So yeah, we just have Dakota right now in a live chat. I'll get started with this review, and we'll see what happens from there. So again, this is from the July 3rd edition of SmackDown Live from Omaha, Nebraska. We started off with a recap of what happened in last week's main event with the reuniting of Team Hell No. We have Renee Young in the ring to introduce them for the interviews. She asks about the success, and Daniel Bryan says sometimes they fight, sometimes they hug, but in the ring, they always deliver, and together they are unstoppable. Kane adds that they fought with one blindfolded and the other's arm behind his back, went toe-to-toe against the Shield in a TLC match, and even graduated from anger management with honors, which that was funny. they've been through hell, and he assures us that Team Hell No is back and better than ever. He says he came back because Bryan can have a bit of a temper, and after the Bludgeon Brothers attacked 2 weeks ago, he knew it was only a matter of time before Bryan got in trouble, and he always has a demon watching over him. And of course, that starts making things a little more interesting because again, we're going to just bring back Team Hell No and act like they're fine or whatever, or they're going to add some type of tension to it. And I really like this segment because Bryan wasn't stupid and grabbed on that saying, "Whoa, what are you saying here?" Pretty much. He contests the idea of always, but doesn't elaborate when asked, and says he has no doubt they'll win the tag titles at Extreme Rules. He now elaborates, saying the last time they were in the ring, it was as opponents. Kane says they were always friends. Bryan contests this and says that Kane tried to end his career. Kane responds is that everybody likes to win. Bryan reminds him he tombstoned him 3 times and it wasn't even in a match. Kane deflects and says they need to concentrate on what unites them. And then Bryan also mentions that Kane was trying to abduct his wife, and Kane's saying he always had his back. And it degrades into a no, yes, the train going apart, going no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, and all those chants. But just to bring back, the stuff from Team Hell No 5 years ago is trying to bring that all back, which I thought was pretty entertaining. And then the Usos come out, and this got interesting because again, I've said this probably 2 weeks ago also when Sandy first debuted. A couple times in their promos, it feels like the Usos have had a little bit of a heel side to them, and this one it felt like the same thing too. They greet Bryan and Kane, sweet beats, and they say the tag division just got hot. We got a moment of Chris Farley. Hey, remember when exchanges that ended in the Usos saying Team Hell No does not deserve their opportunity at the tag titles because this is the Uso penitentiary. You don't get a tag title shot by hugging, they say, and hug in demonstration of this tenet. And they hug 4 times, and even Bryan contests the idea, but wants them to come in the ring and fight right now. Kane says he wants to consider it as a team to get them get back to them. Bryan gets on him for still thinking he's the weak link, as that was a thing also, like in the summer of 2013, as Kane people thought that Bryan was the weak link of Team Hell No, asking if he knows what he's done since the last time they teamed. And then, of course, out came Paige, which is when I tweeted, geez, we have an entertaining segment between Team Hell No and the Usos. Paige is coming out looking hot as hell. Like this, you couldn't have asked for a better way to start off SmackDown Live to make me already a lot more excited for this episode than Raw is Porta Potty. But Paige comes out and she promised to do what's right by the WWE Universe, so she makes the main event the Usos versus Team Hell No. And here's the thing, though. If the Usos would win, they were going to be added into the tag team championship match at Extreme Rules between Team Hell No and the Bludgeon Brothers. So I'm like, okay, a match with stipulation, just so show Team Hell No is, ready and whatnot. I liked how they were playing around here with, with the yes and no chance, just pretty much bringing back all this material that was from 5 years ago, just to entertain us. And I think it worked pretty good to establish, hey, despite the fact they're back together, they're not just going to hug it out and just move on. No, there's still those doubts in their head, especially with Daniel Bryan as well, with everything that Kane has done to him ever since they split up 5 years ago. We have another segment with Jeff Hardy in a dark room sharing some bald eagle facts with us in honor of the 4th of July. He reveals his patriotic face paint, says the challenge is now open as we're getting ready for an Independence Day United States Open Challenge. We had Asuka also say, men, women, sexist pigs, doesn't matter who she faces. They all face the pain, and James Ellsworth is not ready for her. But hyping up her battle to sexist match later on with her and James Ellsworth. Check the live chat, see what they got. I hope Roman turns. I agree. Did you see that it was leaked? Yeah, I saw the leaked Hell in a Cell promos. I can't tell if the Usos turn heel or not in this match. Again, I can't tell either. And hopefully Owens is the face in the feud with Roman and see how it works. And Dean is set to return in a few weeks. Rollins said he's doing really good. Jordan needs to come back also. They both definitely do. Jeff versus Miz was the best match of the night, wasn't it, Mike? They have good chemistry. They definitely do, because that was the next match. It was the United States Open Challenge match. Jeff Hardy and The Miz. I thought these guys had a really good match in the qualifying match for Money in the Bank about a month or so ago, or however long it's been. Month and a half, can't remember. I thought the same thing happened there. They had a good chemistry going there with each other. Pretty much everybody tell a pretty good story. Again, The Miz, not always the greatest in the ring, but his microphone skills and his psychology always backs him up pretty much, and is what makes him great, as I keep putting him over for. Of course, he tries to, use the ropes towards the end of the match to get the victory. Unfortunately, the referee caught him, and it did not work. He starts flipping out and off, and he was the first to stand on there, asking for the title. He kept saying the U.S. title was now his title. But then the referee was like, no, it's not the case. So then, even though he got distracted, he turned around, and Jeff hit a twist of fate on him into a swanton bomb to get the victory to retain his United States Championship. But then it was announced later on that we will be getting Jeff Hardy versus Shinsuke Nakamura in the United States Championship match for Extreme Rules. So I guess the dog bite didn't hurt Shinsuke too much. He'll be ready for Extreme Rules. Live chat. Let's see here. What's up, TN Couponer? SmackDown was way better than Raw. He gave SmackDown a B+. That's a good grade for SmackDown. What's up, man? Thanks for joining us. So Jeff Hardy wins the United States Championship match. And then we have James Ellsworth, who's walking backstage wearing a "Nobody is Ready for Ellsworth" shirt. And I just cracked up. Ellsworth talks up the superiority of men over women and says the battle of the sexes ends when he puts Asuka in her place, saying because Mella is money and Ellsworth is exquisite. And I was hoping he would put in a duh in there, but unfortunately he did not. So Robbie, that bet you said you have with me saying I have to make an ice cream bar wrapper whenever James Ellsworth says Mella is money. Duh, hasn't happened yet. Mella is money and Ellsworth is exquisite. And then this looked like it was going to be bad at first, but then it actually ended up being a good angle, I thought. So we have Byron Saxton in the ring to introduce us to a pancake eating contest between all three members of the New Day, kind of a ripoff of the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. All three members come out, they take their places, and Byron gives them all introductions, except for Big E, for whom they don't have enough time for. They have 5 minutes to eat as many pancakes as possible, and a reversal of fortunes is automatic disqualification. When this started happening, I thought, since Big E was like, didn't really get an introduction or whatnot, he was wearing, a different outfit compared to the rest of his, New Day brothers. I was thinking, what happened? What if they had? I'm trying to think, if they would have the New Day split, where they're trying to do it in a funny way. Like, I would respect that for attempting that in a funny way. And instead, they start it, and then the lights go out, and Sandy comes out and attacks attacks the New Day. They just beat them down. They put them through tables. They wipe out Kingston. They put Wiz on a table, and then Eric Young hits a diving elbow drop on the table just to have them beat down. So originally I predicted it was going to be the Usos versus 2 members of Sandy in a tornado tag match. I don't know what else says. They have what's it called now? It's make it 6-on-6 in a tornado tag match. Maybe they'll do the New Day instead of the Usos. I'm not sure. I'm a little more interested in seeing Usos versus Sandy, even though we kind of had that last week when Jeff Hardy teamed up with them against Sanity and whatnot. So maybe we might be going with that instead. So that way, have something a little bit fresh. And that way, all 6 members can participate in the match, which is something either way, it will be a tornado tag match. And I look forward to whoever they have for that tornado tag match as well. So a pancake eating contest ends up being a nice beatdown as Sandy is continuing to bring the chaos into SmackDown Live. Let's see what we got here. Do you agree Jefferson Nakamura should make Extreme Rules? Also, Mike, what if AJ and Rusev have an ultimate submission match? What do you mean by ultimate submission match? And Byron Saxton was a better announcer than Mike Rome. Someone told me Rome was really good at NXT, that Vince won't let him do the same thing, which is unfortunate. Did they just forget about the Usos and Sandy rivalry? It kind of looked like it. How about a ladder match between Hardy and Nakamura? That would be awesome. I would love that. Styles versus Rusev in a submission match, and Rusev passes out. I'd rather see Rusev pass out than, tap out, because I feel like, have him tap out is making him look weak. That would work, but Jeff has a leg injury. Hashtag thank you, Sanity, and he would tap. Yeah, I really don't want to see Rusev tap though. That's the thing. I don't want that to happen. Maybe he'll get Styles to pass out. I don't know. We'll talk about the Rusev and Styles storyline though in a second. Ultimate Submission is an Iron Man match with only submissions. Wouldn't be a bad idea, honestly, if they gave that a try. I don't know. Because we already have an Iron Man match. I'm not sure if they would do another one. But and again, Ultimate Submission match, honestly, wouldn't be a bad idea. Definitely, I like that. Keep moving here because I'm gonna get up early tomorrow for the holiday. But anyways, we then have the Battle of the Sexes match. We have Carmel making her way out there to, be on commentary, which I'll give her credit. She looks fine as hell also. Carmel got into Asuka's face before backing off and sitting at the commentary booth. So we had the Battle of the Sexes match. Asuka versus James Ellsworth. Ellsworth was taking his time, pretending to warm up, looking all tough, ripping his nobody is ready for Ellsworth's shirt off, throwing punches, even punched himself in the jaw, which of course I would probably do something like that would be in the klutz. And then Asuka literally just started beating the shit out of Ellsworth, like right in front of the referee and whatnot. And for that part, it was entertaining. And then James realized that he really was not ready for Asuka. Duh, because he took off and went running through the crowd. And it resulted in a double count out. I'm like, okay, but, it was a little entertaining and whatnot. Asuka they both make their way back. Asuka caught him on the barricade. He barely got away, and Carmella shoved Asuka into the barricade and just started yelling at her. She grabs Ellsworth by the hair and it drags him up the ramp. And then I'll get to that segment a little later on. We had that. We have Kane pacing around in the boiler room backstage. Daniel Bryan rolls up and he's got diagrams and he wants an apology. Bryan recites all the ways Kane has done him wrong. Kane apologizes for all of it, saying he's like a brother to him, which rightfully gets Dan to point out that he set his brother on fire. Kane never minds that and points out what a huge challenge the Usos are. He doesn't care if it's been 5 years or 50 since they've been a team. They create a fire that no one can extinguish, and then they will be the tag team champions. And Kane asks if he's ready for the Usos, and Bryan just throws the diagrams away and starts doing the yes chants as we get ready to go to commercial break. We came back. We have AJ Styles on the microphone. And he soaks in the crowd appreciation, and he says, Extreme Rules, he'll defend the title against a man who's bigger and stronger than him, but what else is new? He likes proving people wrong, and he heard Rusev talking about taking the WWE Championship, but this isn't rental property. This is the house that AJ Styles built. Don't get him wrong. Rusev is a super athlete, but he's not phenomenal. Rusev and Aiden English come out for Rusev Day. Instead, I want to call it the Rusev of July. Instead of the 4th of July, it's the Rusev of July. Pretty much, we're celebrating tomorrow. Anyways, so they come out, and Rusev gets on the microphone and says he doesn't care how phenomenal AJ thinks he is because he's never faced this Rusev who's got a title opportunity for the first time ever. He tells Styles, he said last week that he's going to evict him and move into the house that he had built. He asks Aiden what day they're moving in on, and of course the answer is Rusev Day. We have AJ Styles versus Rusev. At the beginning of the match, Rusev distracted Styles so that English can blindside him. But then, of course, the English had control for a little bit, but then AJ, just took over control afterwards, eventually leading into Styles getting English to tap out to a calf crusher. And afterwards, Rusev attacks Styles and yanks him out of the ring and throws him into the post. It's a Mashka kick. He then tears his shirt off and then throws AJ back into the ring and puts him into the Accolade to get him to tap out. So it does look like they're teasing a submission match. Even I feel like it's kind of random. Yes, Rusev's like most dangerous signature move is indeed the Accolade. I mean, Styles has a calf crusher, but it's not as dangerous looking in my opinion. And not as many people tapped out to the calf crusher. As much people would tap out or pass out to the Accolade. But I mentioned this on Twitter. Here's the problem I have with this feud. So let me get this straight. A couple weeks ago when Rusev won the gauntlet match, him and AJ shook hands. And it looked like it was going to be a face-on-face feud. Now all of a sudden, Rusev's acting like a heel again, attacking him, just saying he's going to show up at his house and win the championship. WWE, just make up your mind. Do you want Rusev to be a face? Do you want to keep him as a heel? Make up your mind. Quit tugging us back and forth between face and heel, face and heel, face and heel. Honestly, Rusev needs to be a baby face, but if you want him to be a heel for this feud, fine. Just stop trolling with us and make up your mind what you want to do with Rusev. Again, he should be a baby face because he's getting over drastically with the crowd. We had a back and forth chant between AJ Styles and Rusev Day when Styles first came out. And I know Dakota's mentioned several times that he's heard rumors that apparently it's going to be a short match between Rusev and AJ Styles at Extreme Rules, which I hope is not the case. If that's the case, it's basically going to be WWE sucking up to us saying, oh, look, we'll give your golden boy Rusev. You'll root for him, but not Roman. I mean, Rusev was supposed to be an American hater, but you support him, but you don't cheer for Roman. So what's going to do? We'll kiss your asses. We'll give you Rusev in a title shot, but he'll lose the title. He'll lose the match in like 20 seconds, just like he did last year to Randy Orton at SummerSlam. He lost in 10 seconds. It's what I'm worried is going to happen. But we'll see what happens. Again, I'm trying to stay positive because, again, the card is shaped up to be pretty good for Extreme Rules, and I'm very excited for this show, definitely. Then we have a handicap promo with Billy Kay and Peyton Royce. Peyton's not smiling and promises to expose Becky as a has-been and sends us to break. We then have Carmella and Ellsworth walking backstage, bickering, and Paige rolls up. And again, she is touching James Ellsworth and whatnot. Now I'm just like, you lucky man. I was so jealous of him. And she tells him that he has a rematch against Asuka next week. And since he's such a ladies' man, she's making it a lumberjack match with the SmackDown women's locker room at ringside. So, okay, let's see how that goes. We have Becky Lynch versus Peyton Royce in another, quick women's match, pretty much. I mean, wasn't really much to say about it. I mean, Becky Lynch continues to rack up wins and gets momentum going. I don't know if it's going to lead to her getting, a title shot at SummerSlam, or maybe win the title. I mean, I know it's looking, bad on Asuka's standpoint, to have her lose to Carmella. But, Carmella and Becky do have a history, pretty much. And so do they have with James Ellsworth. So, I mean, I know it would not. Again, it was too early to have Asuka feud for the women's championship, and it's kind of making her look weak. But what if Becky's the one who dethrones Carmella though? If Asuka doesn't, that's what I like to see. I hope that's what they're building her up for. But yeah, we got that live chat. Let's see what we got here. Let's see here. Where we got there. Interesting concept, Dakota. Thanks, but Styles won't tap, so it would be a clean sweep. He didn't tap, did he, Mike Styles? He passed out then. Yeah, he passed out. Do you think Jeff will beat Shinsuke in 2 weeks? Not sure. I'm really not sure who to still go with that match. Kane and Undertaker aren't real brothers. Yeah, I know that. He's already bored of Rusev, which is a shame. His mic skills are awful. I think he's entertaining. They're just constantly having him lose. Styles is like Bryan. They both have 3 finishers, pretty much. Rusev will job to AJ to make him look strong. They better not do that. If Styles is facing Joe at Hell in a Cell, who will he face at SummerSlam? The Miz? I mean, maybe. I don't know if, they'll do a match with Rusev again, or if they'll even have a match with him and Joe at SummerSlam also. Who knows? And remember when Roman made Rusev's accolade look weak when Roman was locked in it with a chain, then tap still. Oh, that Hell in a Cell match. That match should have been false count anywhere. Yes, they used weapons and that, but they barely used the cell at all. That was not a Hell in a Cell worthy match. That match for US Championship. Yeah, that was stupid how they did that. Hello, Brendo Santos. What is up? Becky is looking strong lately for straight submission wins. Ruby Riott sprained her MCL. I heard she's probably gonna be out, I'd say, for a couple of weeks. I'd say probably like maybe 2 months at the most. MCL sprains aren't as bad as hurting your ACL. But we got those. So Becky Lynch wins. And then we have a handicap promo from Shinsuke Nakamura. Respond to his title match at Extreme Rules. He asks why Jeff paints his face, floating that he might be a clown, insane or ashamed, and he'll strip everything from him, his pride, to his honor, and his title at Extreme Rules. And he barks like a dog. So maybe he has rabies. I don't know. And then we have our main event. Team Hell No versus the Usos. And again, the stipulation here is if the Usos win, they are added to the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship match at Extreme Rules. I had a lot of expectations going into this match. I thought this match was really going to be, a match that's going to burn the house down. I mean, the first half of the match I thought was pretty good. But then the second half, it kind of slowed down a little bit. Like, it didn't really get that big, dramatic moment. When the hot tag happened, it didn't feel like it was a huge deal, I felt. Yes, Usos got in some of their super kicks towards the end of the match, but it didn't quite hit that high level of high flying action I thought was going to happen. Then I thought they were going to tease a little bit more dysfunctional things between Bryan and Kane. Also, it didn't seem like they really went that route though here at all, because the finish was Bryan hitting his running knee on one Uso, and then Kane hit the other Uso with a choke slam, and that was pretty much it. After the match, they hug it out again, and then Bryan is getting Kane to go higher with the yes chances. Because first Kane was going go higher. He was like, okay, fine. And they start chanting yes. Then the Bludgeon Brothers come out, and the four of them just stare each other down, and that's how we ended the show. Again, main event was not bad. Expected better though between the two. Again, the match kind of slowed down a little bit in the second half, I thought. But overall, again, I still can't take away that I really enjoyed this episode of SmackDown. I've definitely washed a bad taste out of my mouth after what happened for Raw's Porta Potty last night. So again, a very strong episode of SmackDown Live. Let's go to the live chat here really quick. I know this is kind of a quick review, but I gotta get up early tomorrow. The best Hell in a Cell was Mankind versus Taker. Yeah, that one was pretty good. Or I'm gonna make it. I mean, I haven't seen the whole thing of it. Or I need to make the argument also of End of an Era. That also is another really good Hell in a Cell match. Also, Becky should get a title shot soon. She definitely deserves it. It's funny, since he got bit, then barked. That was funny. I actually thought the Usos may have pulled it off when they super kicked Bryan. Me too. Do you think Team Hell No will win the titles? Personally, if they're going to wait till WrestleMania to do Daniel Bryan versus The Miz, I'd say give Team Hell No the tag titles. That way Bryan can keep his credibility. He's not just doing something boring, while we wait. I mean, I love the Bludgeon Brothers, but I think Team Hell No could use the titles more right now. So why not go with it and do some stipulation match between them for SummerSlam or whatnot? I mean, I'm in the middle of watching stuff in 2013 now. Why not try another Ring of Fire match or something like that? Could be something interesting to try. You never know. What was the best match in your opinion? I think it was Jeff versus The Miz. It would be a good pay-per-view match. I think so too. Yeah, Jeff versus Miz is definitely the match of the night. Again, Usos Team Hell No wasn't bad either. It just wasn't quite as good as I thought, in my honest opinion. And another thing too is I'll put point also no Almas again this week. I know that apparently Sin Cara is hurt, but you could at least do something else with him. So hopefully it's not halting Andrade's momentum. But yeah, there was no chance in hell that Road Dogg wrote this show tonight. Last night's show, Raw's Porta Potty, most likely Road Dogg wrote that, but that's just me. But again, both shows this week have gotten me more excited for Extreme Rules again, coming up in about a week and a half now, and I'm feeling right now that I should be getting my money's worth going to this show, definitely. I hear Brian isn't happy with the WWE because he is in a tag team. He may not re-sign. That would suck, but that's what he wants to do. I respect that. What are they doing with Almas? Again, they were supposed to be having him feud with Sin Cara, which, there was a story behind it a little bit. So I guess I'm like, okay, for a first feud, may not be too bad at all. But I guess they're waiting for Sin Cara to be back from injury or whatnot. But yeah, I'll check the polls here on Twitter, and I'll see if anyone else is in the live chat, and then I'll most likely sign out because I gotta get up early tomorrow. So what grade did you give SmackDown Live? 9 votes. We have a little bit of everything here. 22% said A, 56% said B, 11% said C, and 11% said D or lower. And what show did you enjoy more this week? Raw is Porta Potty or SmackDown Live. 7 votes. All of them said SmackDown Live, which is perfect in my opinion, because that is that's exactly what I think they should be. So I will give my grade for SmackDown Live. I was in between 2 of them, but I think this show was good enough to just make an A-. So I give this week's episode of SmackDown Live an A-. What grade would you give SmackDown Live? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure to always click buy, like, and start more content. Come to this channel. Follow me on Twitter at TheManAir93. Let's check the live chat one more time really quick here. What do you think about takeovers being an hour longer? I'm not sure if they're going to be an hour longer, but I think they're just going to start earlier. And do you think that it will make it better with a few more matches? I mean, they're already great. So, I feel like, takeovers only about 5 or 6 matches in my card. If they make them longer, kind of understandable because, there is a lot more talent on the NXT roster right now that, deserves a spotlight, but not everyone needs to be on the card though. So, I think they're more so starting an hour earlier. That way, all shows start at 7 o'clock or whatnot. But, I could be wrong. We'll see what happens with that. Let's see here. Extreme Rules is starting at 6:30, and there's already like 7 or 8 matches. How will they do that in 3 hours? No, it's supposed to be starting at 7. Just like a half hour, 1 hour pre-show. But all pay-per-views are apparently going to be 4 hours. I've heard rumors that maybe B show pay-per-views may go until 10:30, maybe. Who knows? Not sure. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's supposed to be starting at 7. Well, the main show is EC3 loses to Gargano. I didn't read any spoilers, so I don't know what's going to happen with NXT tomorrow. Speaking of which, because of the holiday tomorrow, first off, hopefully you all have a great Independence Day tomorrow. Cook out, watch fireworks, parade, whatever. I will try to watch 205 Live tonight. I'm in the middle of watching SummerSlam 2013, though. If I have time after I finish that, I have about an hour left in that because I have to get up early tomorrow. Maybe I'll watch 205 Live then, but I will probably review 205 Live at NXT sometime later on tomorrow. And then it's looking like I'm going to have to push my special live stream of the week to Friday because I'm going to be visiting some friends on Thursday because my one friend's off from work. So yes, we wanted to chill, so we're going to chill. So I'll probably do my special live stream on Friday instead of Thursday. And Hilson in the live chat, because there is a 30-minute Iron Man match, so there is no way. Yeah, maybe that's true. It's his prediction with Gargano. That's cool with me. Maybe he'll beat him too, or maybe he'll lose and go into a little bit of a losing streak because he's trying to, he's so focused on getting his hands on Ciampa again. We'll see what happens, though. But I guess that will be it. Thank you to Dakota, NT, and Coupon for joining me live in this quick live review of SmackDown Live. Again, fun show. A-. We'll grade to give SmackDown Live. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure to always click my like and start more content on this channel. Follow me on Twitter at TheManAir93. Again, hope you all have a great Independence Day tomorrow. Again, as I said before, cook out, spend time with friends or family, whatever you want to do. Just have fun. Again, I'll try to catch 205 Live at NXT, and I'll review those whenever I'm able to. And special live stream will probably most likely be on Friday instead of Thursday. So, guys, thanks again for tuning in. I'm checking out. I'll see you guys all later. Peace out, everybody.